19. Hoping you guys are having a great day. If you're watching live on Twitch, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If you're watching on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. Please consider leaving a like. Consider leaving a like on the channel. It really helps out the video, the channel, and everything. It's a great way to support the channel. Hello to everyone who's here. There's quite a few of you, and I can see that you guys are very entertained with the Pokeball and Great Ball commands, which that's the reason they're there. There's also an M&M's command, which you guys can use to feed me M&M's. And yeah, the Master Ball command is for subscribers. So today we are going to be trying out, and I'm gonna take out the chat box until I finish describing the deck. Today we're gonna try out two different decks. This first one by Caleb Gettimer, the Malamar deck that he used to get second place at the Mexico City special event. Afterwards, I believe he said he wasn't a big fan of the deck, but I was a big fan. Like, after seeing it in action, I was a big fan in the sense that it was the first Malamar deck that I felt like it had some chance against Zoroark, whereas other decks didn't really. All the other Malamar decks don't really stand a chance, in my opinion. And the other deck that we're going to be featuring is another attempt at hard countering Buzzle with a Dawnwing's Garbodor deck. But the first one we're going to focus on is this one. So as we all predicted, or most of us predicted, Malamar would evolve into trying to use non-GX attackers such as Hoopa, 130 HP. Its attack Hyperspace Punch deals 20 damage to 2 of your opponent's Pokemon. You don't get to apply weakness to the bench, of course, but you do get to apply weakness to the active. It's a pretty solid attacker. Portal Strike deals 130, and much like Buzzle GX, you cannot attack, or you can't use that attack during the next turn. But the very nice thing about this is it deals 130 damage without needing a choice band. So I like this Hoopa. I like this Hoopa simply because of that 130 magic number. 130 sets up the 2-hit KOs very nicely. It also damages any stage, any GX evolution enough to where a Black Ray GX follow-up can one-hit KO it. And even Zoroark gets dealt 110 damage after resistance, which coincidentally is perfect maths for Black Ray GX, dealing 100 more damage and KOing at 210 HP. So I really like this Hoopa. I was a big fan of the Mewtwo, and Mewtwo plus Choice Band made sense because it hit for 130 and you get to two-shot the Zoroark, but Hoopa already does that without a Choice Band. Now, we have the 4/4 Malamar line, of course. The reason why this deck works, we have the Psychic Recharge ability, which allows you to recover Psychic Energy from the discard pile and attach it to one of your benched Pokemon. And Antonio, you're asking, how did Zoroark keep up Ultra Necrozma's one-shots? Well, the Ultra Necrozma deck doesn't consistently one-shot. It requires a lot of things, and Zoroark starts applying pressure since turn 2. You don't necessarily have to deal one-shots to the Ultra Necrozmas, because they can one-shot, but they don't always do it. So that's the key. Yeah, that's the key to the matchup. Applying enough pressure to where if Ultra Necrozma is going to one-shot you, you try to get the first hit into it, then it one-shots you, and then you knock it out, and then it traded 2 for 2. If at any point Ultra Necrozma trades 4 for 2, then yeah, you're probably going to lose, but your goal as a Zoroark player is to prevent that. Yeah, and why is Clefairy good? More than hitting Ultra Necrozma for weakness, it just lets you copy some broken attacks, such as Dangerous Rogue, such as Knuckle Impact. There are a lot of things that you can potentially copy, and it's also good in the mirror match as a non-GX attacker. Yeah, so that's basically Clefairy. With its 40 HP and its attack metronome, you get to copy your opponent's attack, so in the mirror it's very nice, and against something like Dangerous Rogue, it's also pretty nice. And Rafa, Ruben, thank you so much for the bits. Very kind of you. Thank you so much. Very kind of you. I guess we're all pretty hyped about the World Cup at this point. Mexico plays tomorrow, and it's crazy that Mexico has won their 2 games, and they're the only team with 6 points that are not safe still. It's that's insane to think about. But anyways, those are the non-GX attackers. Giratina is here as an anti-Greninja measure, of course, and it's also a pretty good non-GX attacker, honestly. Shadow Claw dealing 110 damage, and then discarding a random card is also, it's actually pretty decent, especially when combined with a late game N. The damage is enough to one-hit KO any Buzzle GX that doesn't have a Fighting Fury belt, so it's actually a pretty decent attacker, and it gets the added benefit of stopping Greninja Break's abilities. Then we have Mewtwo GX, which is also a very nice attacker. Its Side Strike GX attack bypasses Dawnwing's protection, so it's pretty good in the mirror. Being Psychic type is always welcome, and then Full Burst can potentially deal a lot of damage at a certain point, or past a certain breakpoint. We have the Dawnwings for its ability. It's really great ability in this deck. You get to promote it, therefore you get to either power it up on the bench and then promote it without a choice band or without a float stone. Mexico should just ID. if only they could ID in football, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, non-traditional taco, thank you so much for choosing to subscribe. Thank you so much. Very, very kind of you. Dark Flash, a pretty decent attack as well. Murphy, thanks so much for the follow. Dark Flash, a pretty good attack, 120 base damage. You don't apply resistance, but you do apply weakness. And then Moon's Eclipse GX, if you are losing, dealing 180 damage, is a very solid amount. With the choice bands and the Fighting Fury belts, we can improve that damage, which we don't run in this deck. I was thinking of the next deck, but we do max at 180, but that's fine because the hyperspace damage from Hoopa can actually set up the numbers very nicely for Moon's Eclipse, and you get that immunity for the next turn. Fighting resistance is great. Dark weakness is not ideal, and that's why we're only running 1 copy. And then finally we have the Necrozma GX with its 180 HP. Its ability, not too relevant. There aren't many good colorless type Pokemon. However, its attack Prismatic Burst allows you to essentially one-shot anything for 3 or 4 energy, which is really nice. And with Hoopa's damage output, Black Ray GX actually becomes a very, very viable attack. And once we get the Tapu Lele Psychic type promo, the Black Ray GX attack is actually going to become extremely powerful, I would say. Dealing 100 damage to every GX and EX in play. One Marshadow GX, because of its fighting typing, it allows you to one-hit KO Zoroark a lot more easily. Necrozma needs 4 energy and it's weak to Psychic. This guy only needs 3 by copying. With its ability Shadow Hunt, it can copy any of these basic Pokemon attackers that are discarded. So that's the reason for having Marshadow. Supporters wise, we have 4 Sycamore, 4 Guzma, 3 Cynthia, 2 N, and the 1 Bridget. We have 4 Ultra Ball and 4 Mysterious Treasures to maximize consistency. We have triple Elixir to accelerate some energy as well. Triple Floatstone to make sure that we can retreat, double Field Blower to get rid of pesky parallel cities and Floatstones on Garbs, double Rescue Stretcher because we do have a lot of singles in this deck and therefore we need to recover them, and then finally 10 Psychic Energy, which I should adjust because finally Pokemon decided to give me all the extra shiny energy for this account, so now we can use all secret rare energy, which is very nice. So let's jump into a ladder and see how we can do against this particular, or against the meta right now on TCG at least, with this deck. And now I will go on to answering questions from the chat, and let me just take note of what's going on here. I just realized I forgot to make a phone call. So Necrozma, Malamar, gonna be playing 3 games of that, and then Dongarbodor is the name of the next deck, Dongarbodor. Let's flip, and then 1 Mewtwo GX, yes. Clefairy gives up 1 prize, and you can accelerate energy to it. That's why some bullets ran it, yes. There's nothing specific you need it for. It's just a versatile 1 prize attacker. That's its purpose in the deck. It's also pretty good against Lycanroc. Lycanroc is the one Pokemon that gives this deck fits. We don't know what we're up against. I would assume Ultra Malamar Necrozma. Ultra Necrozma Malamar, rather. I would assume it's that. And it is. Okay, so it's going to be the Psychic version against the Ultra version. And honestly, the Ultra version should have the advantage. Yeah, the Ultra version should have the advantage. People trying to give me carrots and apples. Can this be Zork? I think it has a shot. Definitely the deck that has felt the best at having a shot against it. Like when I played against Caleb, it actually seemed like he had a good shot against it. So that's one of the reasons why I'm using this. Why does Pokemon give you cards online? Because I do marketing work for them essentially for free. You accidentally ordered 8 Dawnwings. Oops. Yeah. The promo Dawnwings is actually decent. We're gonna be using the Dawnwings GX or Dawnwings the regular one. Okay, so never ideal to play down 2 Tableles, but we're probably gonna have to. Gonna bridge it. And I could try to Hypnosis. The Mewtwo very nicely has 190 HP. However, probably should just lead off with the Hoopa, spreading with the Hoopas, because that allows me to apply pressure, especially on this Inkay. In an ideal world, it will allow me to knock out both of them, which would be nice. I don't need the extra damage on any of these GXs pretty much, so I'm just gonna target down the Inkays and pressure them. What do you think of Buzzgarb? Buzzgarb is pretty good, Nate. Buzzgarb is clearly pretty good. I think it's a very solid deck. I definitely underestimated the deck's power, and it's been showing in the regionals and special events how it's actually really good. Yeah. Okay, so we see the double Malamar for my opponent. By only having Lay makes it less enticing for him to like Guzma and stuff. We might just force him to use the Ultra Necrozma to knock out my Hoopa, which would be ideal. Does have 1 Psyche in the discard pile. It looks like either, yeah, he has Guzma or a Floats. And he does Guzma up my Inkay, which is perfectly fine, I guess. Now my damage is actually not too relevant. Right, now my damage is actually, like the spread damage is not too relevant. It doesn't seem like my opponent has a great start though. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Lele for Cynthia, because I don't want to discard the Mewtwo or the Guzma, but I also don't want to play the Mewtwo down just yet. So I'll just Cynthia here. Have you seen Rayquaza GX? And if so, what do you think about it? Telly, I think Rayquaza GX is going to be a pretty powerful card. I know what it does. I just haven't had the genuine time to try it out yet. Because I am focusing on the current tournaments which I have to attend, which are NAIC, and I had the regionals this weekend. So I'm gonna keep pressuring this to guys. Can Goalie Zoro reliably beat Buzzrock win-win no matter what? Possibly. I went 6-3 against Buzzrock with Zoro Pod. In matches, I went 13-7 in games against it. So I was clearly doing something right? Because that record includes 2-0 over Azul, the #1 rated player in the world. So I feel like I must have been doing something right at that point. Okay, so my opponent is going to be able to knock me out right here. We don't have a great follow-up to this. If we can use our Dawnwings to knock out his Dawnwings, that would be ideal. The extra damage on Ultra Necrozma could be good actually. Yeah, that's true. It could let me use the GX attack from Dawn Wings. Okay. So the Ultra Ball lets me get my... is that worth it though? I think I have to. I have to do this and hope that I can get a Psychic Energy. Oh, it's priced. Okay, it's priced. That's not great. That is actually not great. So I'm gonna have to respond with my Necrozma then. Gonna have to respond with my Necrozma, which is not ideal. I still need to get a Psychic Energy off of this to attach naturally. I do get it, which is very nice. I could also Max Elixir onto it. Right, I could Max Elixir onto it. Which is better, to save the energy or save the Max Elixir as a Max Elixir? I'm gonna say save the Max Elixir, so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna Psychic Recharge, I'm gonna take down this Dawn Wings, and we've traded 2 for 2 so far. Yeah? Azul probably playing Timer Ball, doesn't count. No, he was not playing Timer Ball in Buzz Rock. Burrito Boy, when am I doing viewer battles? On Friday. Friday is viewer battles day. Friday is viewer battles day. Okay, so Prismatic Burst, 2 for 2. Now having a Psychic type attacker right here is pretty scary, but with the N, we're hoping that my opponent will not be able to respond to this. If he does, then we're gonna be in a lot of trouble because we still don't have Dawn Wings. Yeah. You hate Rayquaza. I mean, we don't have Rayquaza yet, right? We've only seen it win 1 tournament in Japan, which has a different format. My opponent just immediately has the second Dawn Wings replacement, which is not ideal. This is where we really needed our own Dawn Wings. He has the energy, he has the double Psychic Recharge, so nothing we can do about this. Generally nothing we can do about this. We're just falling behind against my opponent's better setup. That's what's happening here. If I had taken a knockout with my Dawn Wings, then we would be having a completely different discussion right here. We would be having a completely different deck. What's a better tech in Zoroark right now? Baby Buzz or Latios? I don't think Latios is as good in Zoroark as it is in Zoropod. So probably Baby Buzz. Probably Baby Buzz. I really like that you guys find the commands entertaining. It's pretty fun to see the chat full of people typing M&Ms and doing other stuff like that. Okay, so we see a Field Lord, that's fine. We're gonna see a Dark Flash. It's also fine. That energy feels like a misplay. If that energy went on to Lele, my opponent would have 100% the game. And yeah, there's literally nothing we can do here. Hey Josh, how are you guys enjoying? How are you guys enjoying Mexico? If I could end here, I would have a much better chance. If I could end here, I would have a much better chance. I don't think I should have discarded that Ultra Ball now that I think about it. Okay, so I'm just gonna thin as much as I can. I will. Yeah, I should not have discarded the. I should not have discarded the Ultra Ball. I should have used the Ultra Ball to get Marshadow. But anyways, let's try to hit this. We whiff. So once again, we need a regular energy here. And we do get it. Okay. We do get it. So we'll have to see what happens here. I'm gonna need to find Marshadow to actually win this game. And my 4th Inkay being priced is also not great at this point. So we're gonna GX here. I wish this was Dawn Wings instead of Mewtwo, but yeah, Clefairy is also in the prizes, so there's nothing we can do about that. There's the Inkay, there's the Sycamore, so our last 2 prizes are Clefairy and Dawn Wings. You're welcome, Josh. You're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed. That place is amazing. I could have told you a lot more recommendations, I guess, of great places to eat. Mysterious Treasure is broken in a format with the only viable Poké Search cards being Nest and Ultra Ball. Possibly. I mean, Stage 2 cards haven't been viable for a while. Stage 2 cards haven't been viable since Buzzwole came out. What do you think of Zygarde getting top 4 in 4 different regionals? It's pretty impressive. I definitely dismissed the card quite a bit, and it's been doing the rounds, right? It's been doing the rounds. And yeah, my opponent has the perfect cards to just beat us. So our prizes were a big reason as to why we ended up losing this match, which is okay, right? It happens. It's a risk you end up taking when you start using so many one-offs, right? So many one-offs. Hello, Jin. Thanks so much for being here. Have you started thinking about Worlds format yet? No, Telly, because there's still NAIC to go, and NAIC is not the same format yet. Can you do a deck preview on Hitmore Raichu sometime in the future? Burrito Boy, I should have a Hitmore Raichu profile already on the channel. It is pretty old. Thank you, Jedi, so much for being here, and thank you, Jedi, for the help with all the comments and stuff. All the comments have been done by Jedi, so thank you so much for the help with that. So yeah, there's already a Hitmore Raichu deck featured already, Burrito Boy, on the channel, and then I definitely think that Oranguru Raichu would be more solid. Like Oranguru Raichu with Looker would be a lot more solid in my opinion, simply because you're not relying on flips, yeah, and you don't have to rely on TCGs, so you can do it a little bit different. So I would invite you to try out Oranguru with Looker and Raichu, because it's more reliable, you know. Yeah, it seems like everyone's been having a ton of fun with the comments. Okay, so we're definitely up against Buzzgarb, which is a big deal for this deck. However, I do feel like one Dawnwings just completely wrecks the deck, or should come close to wrecking the deck. We will see the Trubbish. The Lily Start, of course, is not ideal for my opponent. Eagle Cynthia. And then simply passes. So clearly we're gonna use Cynthia this turn. I do want to Elixir, and I will whiff, which is not great because that delays our Dawnwings by an extra turn if we found energy here, which we did. So I'm gonna do this, and then I will Mysterious Treasure for an Inkay, just in case we lose the active one. We do have 2 Inkays prize, which is not great, and I shall pass. Oh, Jin, I'm sorry. I mean, I don't usually this time, like around this time, around 1 p.m. or noon, is when I start streaming. Yeah, it's hard for me to announce before, like, to have a set schedule, because coaching ends up like happening at different times. So it's not always easy for me to coordinate 100% or to establish specific streaming times. Yeah. But thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. You should make a Tyremol command that returns user flip 2 tails. User flip 2 tails. Please do not play this card ever again. Stage 2s were rough early on, but now that we have Order Pad, they're much more viable. If that was true, we would be seeing them present at tournaments, and we generally haven't seen. Oh, did my opponent just AFK? I think my opponent just AFK'd on us. Thoughts on Bulu? I'm not a big fan of Bulu, to be honest. I really don't like the deck that much. And yes, Telly, I actually coach both of them. They are both pretty awesome kids. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of Tapu Bulu Vikavolt because of the main reason that what is the deck trying to accomplish? It's trying to accomplish one-hit KOs by setting up a stage 2. Whereas something like Malamar, it tries to do the same thing, except it does it with a stage 1. And then Buzzwole GX, it deals those very same one-hit KOs, but with a basic, like with a basic Pokemon, you don't even have to set up anything. You just need to find the one B-string. So that to me, it's like the effort versus reward that you get with Tapu Bulu Vikavolt is a lot easier to get with the other decks that are viable in the format. Yeah. I don't think there's a limit to the commands, Jedi. I don't believe there's a limit to the commands. Okay, I generally think my opponent's just AFK. Probably lost connection or something. So we'll just load up another attacker just in case he's he is tripping us. And I believe we can do this as well to just load up the extra energy with another Malamar. But we should be getting the win right here. Have you ever had to trade for any cards? In this account, no, Burrito Boy, but when I didn't have this account, I would trade for the cards I needed all the time. Hello, Rhea. Thank you so much for being here. And Jack, I mean, I don't think it's because the popular players don't believe in the cards. It's because the popular players try the cards. Yeah, we try the cards, we test the stage 2s, and they don't work as well as the other ones. Yeah, so, and yeah, Jin, you can definitely use it for that. Deck advice, deck building, all of that is definitely included. Deck guidance, if you will. How much do you do coaching for, Telly? If you want information on coaching, please send me a message onto my Facebook page or onto my, like on my personal Facebook page or on my Tablemon page, and I'll be very happy to give you all the information there. Yeah. There's good reason to not believe in flip cards, double cup faded. I think we're talking about stage 2s. Yeah. Like, I love stage 2s. I got top 8 at Worlds with Gardevoir. Yeah. Yeah, Tord won an international, not even a regional. Tord won an international with Gardevoir Zorg. And after that, he admitted he got very lucky against Buzzwole. Yeah. And since then, Zorg Gardevoir has done nothing. Yeah. And that was 2 sets ago. That was before Ultra Prism and before Forbidden Light as well. So, like I said, the stage 2 decks have been getting gradually worse. I won a regional with Gardevoir. I got top 8 with Gardevoir, both like stage 2s. They're just not viable. It doesn't mean that we don't believe in them. It just means that we try out the options and we find out what's better and we play what's better. Right, you're free to play stage 2s. Yeah, the thing is, they're just not very good right now. I won Vancouver. Yeah. Well, but why do we stop playing them, Jack? Why do we stop playing them? It's not because we don't like the card. It's not because suddenly I developed a dislike for Gardevoir. I love the Gardevoir card. The Gardevoir card has won me so much money. I love the Gardevoir card. It's my most successful deck so far. But that doesn't mean, like, I'm not attached to the Gardevoir card. Yeah, I don't play it anymore because it's just not good right now. And I'll keep trying it out. And when it becomes good again, I will for sure try it out again. Yeah, and I'm still gonna try it for NAIC, and I'm still gonna try it for Worlds. But if I don't think it's good enough to compete with the other cards, then I'm not going to play it. Not because I hate the card, just because I want to play what gives me the best chances at winning the tournament. Yeah, and playing a stage 2 deck right now, if you want to have fun, go for it. But if you want to have the best chances at winning the tournament, a stage 2 deck is not the way you go about it right now. It's as simple as that. Yeah, it's as simple as that. It's not that good players can make bad decks good. Yeah, but I mean, I've explained it. I've generally explained it. It's not that we have an irrational hate to stage 2s. It's just they're not good enough at this point in the meta. If they print a card that makes them good, you will see every top player playing a stage 2. Do you think stage 2 deck will be good after rotation? I generally don't know. There's still 2 more sets that we're going to get before we have rotation. So I generally couldn't tell you at this point if they're going to be good or not. They might be better because something like Puzzle is going to lose strong energy, it's going to lose elixirs, so the format will slow down a little bit, and therefore that makes stage 2s more viable. Because in a slower format, they have more time to set up. Yeah. Okay. So my opponent is using a ton of psychic type attackers as well. I don't need to psychic recharge yet. I'm just gonna Cynthia here. Antonio, I mean, it's true. It's generally true. Gardevoir GX made me so much money, and I love the card for that. It's generally true. I feel like do I psychic recharge? Yeah, I'll psychic recharge. I'm hoping my Necrozma will survive the turn. It might not. It generally might not survive, but we'll see. There's nothing I can do to save it at this point. I didn't get a float stone. Yeah, I love Gardevoir. Gardevoir is one of my favorite cards. Like, I actually have an attachment to Gardevoir because it has done so well for me. It has given me so much success. I also have an attachment to Nidoqueen because of that, because it has given me so much success, and that's a stage 2. Yeah, I played a stage 2 deck to a 3rd place at the World Championships 13 years ago. Wow, that's a long time. 13 years ago. I love stage 2 cards. I don't have any sort of dislike for them. I love them. They're just not good enough right now. That's it. It only comes down to that. When they're good enough, I will be the first one to happily play stage 2s. Okay, I need a floatstone or an energy here to retreat. Perfect. Thank you. Okay. So I definitely feel I should just psychic recharge these back over here. And then I could end up using Black Ray GX. I'm definitely gonna hit for 130 though. Definitely gonna hit for 130. We could have the Gardevoir command. We could have the Gardevoir command. I mean, that one's pretty easy to do. It's just text, right? It's just text. Oh, you lost to an end bait. That's not very nice, Jin. I'm sorry that happened to you. Did my opponent also AFK? What's happening today? What is actually happening today? Okay, so we're gonna hit for 130 and then we're gonna spread. Why are my opponents going AFK today? Why don't they want to play Pokemon? Maybe a coaching command. Yeah, I guess the coaching would say, if you want more information on coaching, please send me a message. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. There's the Patreon command as well, to promote the Patreon when people ask about Tablemon GX. AFK means away from keyboard, Henry. Oh no, my opponent is here. Okay. Wait, he just evolved and passed? What? Why? Why? Why is he doing this? Okay, I definitely won't be needing Giratina, I don't think. Well, I might. I actually might. Okay, maybe I'll need everything. Maybe I'll need everything. A Discord, yeah, a Discord would also be a good idea. I feel like there's only one Psychic. I'm gonna retreat in order to have Psychic energies in the discard pile. I will play 1 Floatstone. And I will Psychic Recharge once. And then this is a pretty cost-effective attack here. And it eliminates this threat. Like, even if he trades 1 for 2, that should be good. And there's a victory. Cool. Burrito Boy. Viewer battles are on Friday. Yeah? On Friday you should try to come up with a non-meta deck, a fun deck, a rogue deck that you like. And I'll be happy to play against you then. Yeah? Let me screenshot it. Yeah, the coaching, the Discord. Does Europod with weakness policy have any good points backing it up in this meta? Weakness policy is too gimmicky, I think. Like, the list is so tight. Like, the issue is it's not them attacking the Zork, it's the early prizes. And, like, you want to set up multiple Zoruas on turn 1, right? Are you really going to start with multiple Zoruas and then multiple weakness policies to attach to those Zoruas? And even if you do, with a Strong and a Diancie or a Regirock, they're already knocking out the Zorua. So the potential use that yeah, Hitmore Raichu is fine, Burrito Boy. The potential use that you could get out of weakness policies just completely diminished by the fact that you 100% need them early on, and it's then when it's least likely to pop up. Yeah. It is a solid deck indeed. Except we're not playing against real opponents apparently. I don't even know what we were playing against. Well, it was Necrozma Malamar, right? And there was one game before that which we won. Was it Buscarp? Yeah, it was Buscarp, right? Yeah, it was Buscarp. Okay, so hopefully this game actually happens. Okay, so we do get to go first. It's another Ultra Necrozma. Let's see, another Ultra Necrozma. What do I discard here? I mean, I'm gonna Sycamore, right? So it doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter. Am I going to Sycamore? Well, I guess not this turn, but this works. Where's the Discord? I can send you the Discord link in 1 second. Let me open up the app. Invite people. Copy. This is the Discord link, guys. There's a Discord link. Okay. Pablo, you got a good deck to play against you on Friday. That's if you don't consider Hoopa's meta. I mean, you're free to play Hoopa. You're of course free to play Hoopa. If I end up using a GX deck, building a GX deck, then I probably won't beat you, but I did prepare 4 decks for last Friday, but I just didn't have time to stream. And you're welcome, Jedi. You expect... honestly, the Discord has not been taking off as much as I thought it would. But that's okay. Yeah, we'll work on it. You expect Ninja Break and Sarigor GX coming into a competition. Okay. Those are 2 very strong decks for sure. But Zoropod with a Giratina Break sounds like a very good choice against that meta. Ángel, por lo que sé, no te enfocas en cartas de próximas expansiones por torneos. ¿Qué opinas del Kingdra GX? Si me pones aquí lo que hace el Kingdra GX, Ángel, con mucho gusto te comento, pero genuinamente no sé qué hace Kingdra GX. I have no idea what Kingdra GX does. I have no idea what it does at this point. Okay, Giratina won't be important. Clefairy might be. Clefairy actually might be. We do have Dawnwings. But there's a potential KO in this with Clefairy. I'm gonna need like a perfect hand, but there is a potential. There is some potential. I don't like giving my opponent a brand new hand. Ooh, 1 card short of the knockout. If I had got another energy, I would have got a knockout. Well, no, another energy and an ultra instead. So do I just start pressuring? That doesn't seem great, honestly. That generally doesn't seem great, so I'll just attach and pass. Weird about you have only played Zork for all my life. That can happen. I would recommend you try out different decks other than Zork for sure. How close was your matchup with Azul at Mexico Regionals? Sour Power Belts. Kingra GX says it feeds Tablemon followers M&M's. 50 por cada energía agua unido al Poke, 30 y se switchea y su GX 40 a todos. Pues no hay forma. Bueno, con 3 energías son 150, con 4 es 200. Tiene potencial. El tema es el hecho de que Lapras hace casi el mismo daño, ¿no? Prácticamente el mismo daño, pero es un básico. Okay, so my opponent hits me here. That's completely fine. We hit the elixir, which is what we were looking for. And then doesn't seem like my opponent has much going here. So we'll just metronome. And we'll do a bajillion damage to that poor Ultra Necrozma. We'll take our 2 prizes, and now we have energy to GX whatever attacker my opponent ends up using. And Clefairy might even survive, which is crazy. Hello Sombra, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for being here. So Sour Purples, how close was my matchup with Azul at Mexico Regionals? It was pretty close. Okay, we just won. We haven't had a good game with this deck, I don't think. So one more try. Yeah, one last try. How close was my matchup against Azul? It was pretty close. Game 1, he started very aggressively. I was able to make a comeback with well-timed ends. I knocked out his auxiliary and denied his draw, so his deck got stuck in the middle of the game or in the late game, and I was able to make the comeback. And then in game 2, I think I took a lead. He was making the comeback, and then he had me down to 1, and with my trades I was able to find the DC to knock out his Baby Buzz. That was the only thing that saved me. Well, I had a few outs actually. I think Acerola would have been okay to save me. Yakuzma would have given me the win as well. Or a DC to GX knock out his last Baby Buzz for my last prize card. And I got the DC. So I had a couple of outs left. So it was decently close. It was decently close. Yeah, I don't think I want that fart sound as a command. I definitely don't think I want that fart sound as a command here. Okay. So can we get a decent game now? This is the first game where we're not going to be able to bridge it. And hello Pokemon and wife, thanks so much for hanging out here. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. You guys have the blue Tablemon. Okay, so my opponent starts Lele, plays Brooklet, so it is a puzzle deck. Probably Boss Rock. Okay, so we get end turn 1, so our initial hand is completely irrelevant, and we actually get a much nicer hand. Honestly, we actually get a much nicer hand off of this. So I'm gonna get these guys, right? Dunwings is here, which is great. I'm gonna get these guys, and I think I need to spread on turn 1. I think I just leave the Hoopa powered up and then call it a day. If he Guzmas the Hoopa, we knock out the puzzle. If he knocks out the Inkay, we knock out the puzzle. So it's a win-win for us. It's a win-win. Yeah, generally my hand improved so much. My hand improved so much. Can you try Aegis/EX Magnezone? Not really, Burrito Boy. That's an expanded deck, and there's no expanded tournaments until like October or September of the next season, so I'm not gonna be playing expanded anytime soon. The old tournament nightmares? What do you mean nightmares, Rhea? Like the one where someone switches your deck for bulk? That was so funny. That was actually so funny. Why not Brooklet first? To look at your deck before Bridget. I could have done that, yes. If I was playing super hardcore at a tournament, I would have for sure done that. Oh my gosh. But honestly, there's no need to do that. Like, there was no universe in which I don't bridge it in that turn. Like, maybe if I have 4 in case priced, I don't bridge it, but the likelihood of that happening is so low that I didn't feel it was necessary. But yes, usually it's a very good idea to Brooklet heal before you bridge it, just to check your deck, right? Having an extra check on your deck is never bad. Okay, so honestly things are looking pretty good. We're gonna get a retreat here, and sure, my opponent will be able to respond with this guy. Oh no! Oops. I forgot to... Oh my gosh, that was so silly. I forgot to psychic recharge before retreating. I got so distracted by talking about the play that I forgot to psychic recharge before retreating. That was so silly. Oops. Oopsies. I mean, it's probably fine, just that was very silly. That loses us an NK for free. That very unnecessarily loses us an NK for free. That was so dumb. That was actually very silly. This time you overslept and they banned you for life for it. What? You had a nightmare where you submit an expanded list for a standard event. Now that I'm in, like, lately I write down a lot of deck lists before the tournament, and then I hand in the one I want to use. And I definitely thought the other day I handed in the wrong deck list. Oh my gosh, now I need to find out psychic energy. This is really silly. Why did I do that? Why on earth did I do that? Okay, there's a psychic. So I'll take it. I'll take this. If he Guzman knocks out this guy, that's fine, honestly. It's no big deal. Is this Hoopa better than Pressure Mewtwo? I think so, yes. Because of how the math works out in the Zoroark matchup. And the 20 damage actually... The 20 spread is actually pretty decent. Anoop's command. I think I need a Anoop's emoji. I mean, it's gonna be a very long time until we get Anoop's emote, rather. But I do think we need Anoop's emote. Does Greninja Break count as a meta deck? Yeah, Greninja Break is definitely meta. Your girlfriend is relatively new to the game and is piloting Malamar Necrozma, but we haven't settled on a concrete list. Considering Choice Band versus Fighting Fury Belt. Well, the more straightforward list doesn't play either. But if you had to choose, I think... oh, parallel. I think you would choose... and welcome, Jesus. I think you would choose... I can't speak today. I think you would choose the Elixir version, right? But between those two, I think you would go Fighting Fury Belt. I think that would be a little bit better. Okay, so my opponent gets a Sledgehammer off, he gets a knockout, that's completely fine. That happens because of our big mistake. But we have the Hoopa, right? We have the Hoopa to retaliate on this Buzz. We can search for another attacker here, which could be the Necrozma. Ideally it would be Dawnwings or Mewtwo, but now Dawnwings is gone. So maybe we just wait. I can't believe my opponent has Parallel in that deck though. Like that reduces consistency so much. I'll play this. And then I think I'm gonna do this. I'll discard these two. And yeah, Giratina actually seems pretty good. I'm gonna power up the Giratina. I could actually power up the Giratina here. That would be pretty cool to just get rid of a card from my opponent's hand. That would actually be pretty decent. So I need a natural energy here. What about Bulko? I mean, that's also pretty... I mean, it's a standard deck. You're free to use any deck you want. Yeah, Burrito Boy, like, don't think about it too much. You're free to use any deck you could possibly want. Okay, and I think I'm gonna attack with Giratina for style points here. 4, 5, 6, and it also survives the incoming Lele hit, whereas Hoopa was going to go down. So I am pretty okay with that. I'll pass on the bless you to my girlfriend who's leave. Chat says bless you, and she says thank you. And we discard a fighting energy, which is fine. You don't even need bans versus boss. Yeah, the only thing band matters for is so that Dawnwings can knock out Lycanroc. But if you have something like Clefairy, you can knock out Lycanroc without needing that extra damage counter. Or that extra damage potential. What are the Pokeball commands for? Just for fun, Sinister James. They're generally just for fun. So that you guys can use them whilst... them whilst in the middle, like in the be right back screens, or whilst the stream starts or something. Okay, and there's a win against Puzzle, so we take that. The deck, I think it's flowing pretty well. I do like this version, right? I really do like this version of Malamar. I think it's my favorite version at the moment. I wish we had played against a Zoroark deck. Unfortunately, I couldn't showcase the deck's potential against Zoroark, but yeah, that's gonna be it for Malamar Necrozma, guys. So don't go anywhere. If you're watching live on Twitch, I will be right back with our next deck, Don Garbodor. And if you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to leave a like. It really helps out the channel. And come back tomorrow for a brand new day of Road to TCG Worlds 2018. Don't go anywhere, guys. This deck list is on Limitless TCG. Jesus wept. It's in limitlesstcg.com. It's from the special events. It's the second place list by Caleb Gedimer. Okay, so don't go anywhere, guys. I will be right back.